Right, it's a Wednesday, so it's time for the midweek update video. This one is from the archives. However, if you want to stay bang up to date and see the latest episode, then please consider becoming a YouTube member or a patron, and I'll send it to you straight away. Right, are you ready? Let's run VT. Why am I laughing? I'm IT issues, don't worry. Welcome to another midweek update. These videos are for teammates, patrons, sponsors and YouTube members. Your support, as always, is hugely appreciated. Thank you very much. I'm trying to link my microphone to the camera. Oh, the joys of YouTubing, eh? What time is this? It is bang on 9:45 on a Sunday evening. Yes, on target. It gives me Monday and Tuesday to edit. What have I been up to this week? Quite a bit, but mainly sorting out Catherine's shed. She's super happy with how it's organised, being German and me being autistic. We like everything the way it should be. But I would like to welcome a brand new YouTube member. Woohoo! Yeah, welcome Christoph Baus. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly, Christoph. But thank you very much for becoming a member and a virtual member of the team. I say it all the time, it makes a huge difference. Calvin from last week had messaged me and said, it doesn't seem enough, just a few quid a month. I can't see, how it's going to help the team, but it does. All of this adds up, and as I say, it helps pay for the memberships for myself, Catherine and my dad, all our licenses, that sort of thing. So again, without your support, we couldn't do the sport that we love to do. So it is appreciated. And again, welcome to the team. Right, should we crack on with Dad's Mini Cooper S? Yeah, this week I've installed a brand new wheel bearing and bottom ball joint to that whole suspension setup on the driver's side. I've also been giving everything a bit of a clean, and a touch up. If I've got any photos, I'll put it here, but progress is progress, we're getting there. The Rally Mini. Thank you very much to everybody's input on how we can tackle the fuel tank issue in the back of the Rally Mini. Lots of people have suggested the idea of putting the filler cap on the inside the boot, on the tank. It's a really good idea and something that I have thought about. However, let me run through why I've decided not to do that. I won't be able to fill the tank all the way up to the top. So obviously when you're filling it up, you can only go to the bottom of the filler cap itself, and that will reduce the amount of volume that the tank could hold. But also if you look at the actual tank sideways on, you realize that it's sort of like the tank's a bit like this. So you're actually missing out a big chunk up on this side. To meet the regs, I'd also need to build a cap bowl. Basically, the idea is if you spill any fuel while you're filling it up, it's supposed to catch it and have a drain pipe that goes all the way down and exits underneath the car. So, I suppose I could make like a half moon type thing, but again, it just doesn't seem to work for me. I've also decided not to do my original idea of bringing the fuel tanks inboard and then recessing the cap on the outside. The reason I won't bring them inboard is actually I've done my sums, and you cannot fit two knobbly 10-inch wheels in the gap if I run twin tanks. It's just not enough room. And plus it's going to be tight if I'm going to put the fuel pumps and the regulator in the boot. And if I want to relocate the battery from what is at the moment behind the driver's seat into the boot where it's supposed to be, there's definitely no room to do that either. So definitely moved away from that idea. Very reluctantly, I've decided that I need to cut out the turrets and replace them with standard, inner arch damper mount setup. Right, should we run VT?
This clip is especially for you. Errol, run VT. That's a heavyweight bit of kit, I'll tell you that.
Right, let's go and have a look, shall we? Let's go hands free. No, handheld. I keep saying that. Ugh. Look at that, it's gone. Yeah, so all the welds have been flattened out, ready to go, and it's all now prepped, ready to install standard damper mount. So obviously I'm gonna have to, modify. I'm gonna have to do a filler here, and you can just see how much. Look how much that was sticking out before. With the turret, it was here. So no wonder the standard tank wouldn't fit. So my goal for this week is obviously to make a filler plate here and here, and work out exactly where that needs to go. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be in the wrong place. Ugh. Did I talk about the curtain last time? I don't think I did I? I said I was going to do it. Yeah, the whole idea of that is to try and stop all the dust and crap from coming into this side of the garage. It's worked pretty well. I'm quite happy. Now, talking to Paul Whittington at the latest Isle of Wight Car Club AGM, we thought even if I put the tank in where it's supposed to be, wouldn't it be cool to actually still run recessed filler caps, a bit like they did in the very, very last of the Works Minis. And we both basically came up with the same idea, that why could we not just shorten the neck? Because obviously there's the neck of the fuel tank. What could we not just make that a little bit more shallower, or very, very shallow, so that we can put a fuel cap on it and then just recess the body? I mean, I've got to mess around with the body work on the car anyway, because obviously I've drilled out those holes and they either need filling, welding or whatever. So before I delve down that route, I am looking for a scrap classic mini fuel tank of any type, and just see if that is a viable option, so I can cut the end off, shorten it, weld it. Would it work? Because I'm reluctant to do it to those tanks that are going to go in there if it doesn't work. So if you have a scrap mini tank or an old mini tank that you want to donate to the team, please let me know. It would be brilliant to find out, if that's an option. Looking on eBay, I did also notice that the later SPI tanks, when you look inside, they have that one-way pupper valve. Wouldn't that be amazing belt and braces, that if the filler cap was recessed and also I retrofitted one of those later non-return valves, so if the cap ever does get ripped off, which it won't because it'll be recessed, but at least there's still that extra valve. Yeah, I'm going down that rabbit hole. Monty the Mk1.
So how long do you plan to stay on Mars?
Yeah, so Monty the Mk1 has been off the road for a while. If you've seen previous episodes, Dad and myself have sort of tinkered with it and got it running. The first round of the Isle of Wight Car Club forward-only auto test is in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks?
And unfortunately, it looks like Dad won't be able to make that first event.
2 weeks!
And I thought, well, that's an opportunity that I could actually get Monty out and use him at that auto test. It won't be fast or competitive, but it would be a giggle and a really good excuse to use him while the Rally Mini is having its summer refit. So we'll see how that goes. Donnie the Mini Cooper convertible. Yeah, so Donnie, if you don't know, Donnie is our daily driver. We did initially buy it to do the Germany IMM event. It would cost us 500 quid, but it needed a clutch, so we put a clutch in it, drove all the way to Germany in it, had a great time at the IMM, and then drove it back. The plan was to just flog it. However, Catherine kind of fell in love with the car and decided it would be better to sell our Toyota Yaris and use Donnie as our daily driver. So that's what it is now. But using it last week, I pulled on the handbrake, for whatever reason.
Not for reasons unknown, I told you.
Not to do a handbrake turn, but you know, I wanted to pull it on tighter. Maybe we were parked on a hill, I genuinely can't remember. But all of a sudden something went twang, and the handbrake came up a lot higher than it normally would. You know, the handbrake still works, but it sits a lot higher. And when you release it,
would you have me release?
It doesn't always go to the bottom. You've got a little red light on the dashboard that comes on and tells you when your handbrake's on. So sometimes, you know, I release it and the handbrake light is still on, and I have to sort of like push it all the way down, and then, okay, it's off.
Release order!
So something's not quite right, and the MOT is coming up. What are we in now? March? I think at the beginning of April the whatever, 1st possibly, is due. So I need to sort that out. Future events.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Fast, sharp right. Fast, sharp right. Sharp right. Sharp right. Listen. Sammy, you have to listen to my call, Sammy. Please, I beg you.
Right, I'm going to morph future events into organisation prevents frustration. Yes, okay, talking to Dan Young, who is a fellow competitor and also a sponsor of our team, he introduced me to a concept known as parallel planning. Hey, let me explain what that is. Apparently, huge businesses that have got a lot of money and a lot of manpower, you know, staff or whatever, when they want to do something, they will come up with 2 parallel plans. They'll go, okay, right, team A, this is your project, work on that plan. We got to have a plan B, so you lot over there, you're running plan B, go and plan it. So they plan both things at the same time in parallel. You and I will go, okay, we're going to do this, but if it doesn't work out, we'll do plan B. But we'll put all of our efforts into plan A. When plan A doesn't work, we go, oh, we're going to have to go to plan B. But the problem is, you know, we could be 6 months, maybe a year down in our plan A, and when we go to plan B, that we have to go right back to the beginning, and that's really bad. That's very bad for time consumption, time management. Big companies with lots of money and lots of staff don't care about money and staff. They worry about time. Time is money. So yeah, they're quite happy to run these 2 plans, plan A and plan B, and right at the end, just before it gets to the end, they can choose either plan A or plan B, and they're off, aren't they? Or if plan A fails, they can instantly jump over to plan B because it's parallel, it's there. I hope you understood that. But I got quite excited about it, and I thought I need to do that with our future events. Jersey 2026, that's really easy. Plan A is to enter and compete in our classic Mini. There's always a chance that something could go wrong with the car before, or we put an entry in and we don't get in. You know, that's a viable, you know, scenario. Plan B for us is very, very simple. We're still going to go, but we're either going to spectate or we're going to volunteer as marshals, so we can enjoy the event. That doesn't really need too much planning for plan B. However, 2027, I'm still in the debate of whether to enter the Roger Albert Clark Rally, I know, or the Monte Carlo Historic. They're roughly about the right time of year, you know, winter basically. But both of them would need massive planning. So if I put all my eggs in one basket and said we're going to do the RAC, and then right at the end we chicken out, or we don't get enough, you know, funding, or something happens, or we don't get in, what are we going to do? Monte Carlo Rally? No, we didn't plan enough. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go. I'm going to do parallel planning for our big event for 2027. Right, that's it. Thank you very much. 17 minutes. Hopefully I can edit that down. If I stop waffling about parallel planning, it'll probably be, 10 minutes shorter. Anyway, thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. I will see you next week. Ta-ta for now.
Kiss me ass. Cheers, mate.